Hello, and welcome to my working table here and on YouTube and my studio and all that. My name is Lisbeth and I'm a Danish abstract mixed media artist who likes to do all sorts of things. But the reason for this video I will tell you a little about. I have an old friend who is like me, a big book lover, and her shelf was bursting with books and they were stacked up upon each other and nearly exploding, and she thought it was time to make some changes and clean up and throw some books away or give them away or discard them. And yeah, sometimes some of your books doesn't mean so much to you anymore, so they can go further out in the world, or others can maybe use them, or yeah, you never know. But she had a big bag of different books, and she said to me, you can look at it and take what you want. And I took some different ones, some of them just for the enjoyment of looking at them, but when I saw this one here, I immediately thought, oh my, these pictures in this book here, I want to make my own collage book with images from this book, because I really like these still life pictures of fruit and fishes and so on. So if I translate what this book is about, it's about, the name of the book is Denmark's Oldest Cookbook, and it is from 1616. So it is a very old book, nearly, yeah, is it 400 years or so. And it was filled with all kinds of small images. So I started cutting out all the images I liked from the book, and I have them here in a stack. So I will use these images in a collage book, and the way I did it was just running through my book, and then when there was a nice picture, I just cut it out with a little white border around, because I never know if I want a straight edge or a torn edge. And these are a lot of them I have lying here beside me. I have cut out to use here in this collage here. And I know some of you are just cutting in a book and destroying a book, but there are each day and each year, there are burned or discarded so many books you wouldn't dream about how many it is. So perhaps it is better I take what I fancy out of this book and give this a new life, and then this can go in the bin for making new books, hopefully. Here where I live, we can throw paper and books and cardboard and such thing in a special container, and they will be made to new papers. But that was one thing of the story. The other thing of this story here is, when I have a lot of roll-off sheets I have dried my brushes off in, and with splatters and blobs and such things, and if I have perhaps 10 or so of them, I sew them together with a simple pamphlet stitch like this, and then I have a little book already, and I can choose a subject I want, and then I can fill my book with collaging of that subject, and use some of all my own jelly printed paper, and I can also paint and mark make and whatever I want to do. And I like these small books. You can also make them with single hinged, or yeah, there are many ways you can make these books, but this is a very simple way, and I can show it to you in a little. And then all this book will be about this old cookbook, with pictures from that book and my own papers also. And then when I'm done, I have a nice little book to run through and enjoy when I want to. So the plan is filling this book here with images and other papers and make a nice cookbook of my own. There won't be any recipes sorry, in the book, because I don't think I would like to eat many of the things that were in the book, but there were some lovely pictures in the book. So this is the plan for today, so let us get started. As I said, I have already made this here, but I think I want a sturdier front and back page than this is copy paper or newsprint paper, most of it, so it isn't sturdy papers. So I will cut this on off here and find the middle here. And try not to move my papers too much, like this here. And away with that and lie it flat here. Then I have this old cardstock here with some print on, I think I can use. So I will just score it here with my thumbnail, and then I have a crease here, and then I can put this inside here, my book. And normally I would put some clips in, and I will find some clips and thread my needle, and then I will show you how to make a simple pamphlet stitch. So I have put some small clips in here. And now I already have some holes, so it won't be so difficult. But depending on, you want your thread to be hanging inside, or your knots or bow, not a bow, a bow, inside or outside, you start there. And before I do that, I will pre-punch my holes, and you can see since I already have holes here, it's just going in the hole and punch through, and again there. Yeah, I think I need something more pointy there, and then I can always go a little there. So now I have my holes there, and I think I would start out and have my threads dangling outside. So I start in the middle there and let my thread hang there. And you always I take 3 times the heights of my papers, and you go up in the first hole there, and then you go over all the way down here to the bottom hole, or at the other end. It doesn't necessarily have to be the bottom. I don't know what is up and down here yet on this piece here. And now I'm sitting there, and I can see I have taken a double thread because I think it was too thin a thread, so you can do that. And then you come up again in the middle hole, yeah. If you can hit. If you can hit it. There. Come up. And the important thing here is to have your thread sitting on each side of this thread here. and pull in your thread so it lies stretchy and flat, and make 2 knots here. And now we can remove these, and you have a nice pamphlet stitch. And I can see I did a very good job down here at the bottom. This one you have to come out here in the crease, but yeah, I will see if I can correct it, but else I will just let it be. It doesn't matter so much. But that is the way you do the simple pamphlet stitch. So I have been nursing the holes here a little, so it is better now. And I think I want this for my front. And I don't mind these pages are peeking out here, but I don't like them peeking out there because they don't peek out here in the bottom. So I will just take my ruler and my knife here, and then I will place my ruler here on top and just carefully do it a lot of times until I'm gone through all the layers. Take your time doing it. Don't push harder than you. And you can see suddenly you're all the way through. And don't move your ruler before you're done, so you are sure to hit the same line every time. So away with this hello here. So now it is straight there and straight there. And if you want to, of course you can cut it here. And perhaps I should, this here is a really wonky one, but yeah, I can cut a little of it off, perhaps. This, so it isn't so fluffy. So now I am ready to figure out what I want to put on the front of my cookbook from 116. I'm pretty sure I want this on the front because I think it is a lovely image or an old painting. The painting is from 1640s by somebody, Giovanni Cassoni. I don't know the guy, but that doesn't matter. I want him on the front. And in the book there also was the front page here of the originally cookbook from 1616, and it is said, translated from Danish, cookbook, and indhold, content 100 amazing recipes, all about brewing, baking, cooking, making akvavit, or it's in Danish it is called brændevin or mjød. That is also something the Vikings were drinking. And yeah, I don't exactly know what it says. It says it is in Danish, and the printer's name is here. So I think I want this on the back. So I think I will see if I can tear it out. This is quite heavy paper to tear, this paper here, and I don't want these white edges, so I will have to see if I can tear it this way here. Yeah, it's a little splinter. I perhaps start with the back page, but the back side of my book, but I think that is what I want. it is a little more work here than it is to tearing in copy paper. So here, let me see. Yeah, and now I wasn't thinking of that. I was just thinking I always used black thread or creamy thread when I do these books. And by the way, this is just some mercerized cotton, but you can use waxed linen or use whatever you have. But I think this is so nice because the writing there is red, and that is what is we call designed by accident, or a happy serendipity, I think it is called in English. So I think I will just glue this page down here as it is, and for now I won't do anything more about that. And yeah, I have another old book here, glue book, so I will just, I hope I'm in frame here. It's sun is shining outside today, so I nearly can't see here up in my phone if what I'm doing, but I hope I'm in frame, or else, yeah. Oh, that is used up, then I will have to find another one, but I have one here. I really use a lot of these glue sticks, but that isn't perhaps so strange because I do a lot of collaging, and I have said 1,000 times before, don't be precious with it, use a lot of it, so you're sure your paper isn't adhered correctly, or it will lift up in the corners or whatever. There. And you can of course just put it this way here and let it sit there, and perhaps I will come in and do a little mark making or so afterwards. So this is my cookbook from 1616, and there I want this image here on the front. And yeah, I don't mind seeing some of that circle there, and do I want it to go all the way to the edge up there? Perhaps I want 2 straight edges here. And then I will tear here. So this will be sitting there, and it looks so nice to the gold there. So that will be there, but what else do I want to put something else on? It's, yeah, let me see. I can see I have some white edges here, and you know me, I don't like white edges. And I know I can do something about it, but like this. Yeah, I will think a little what else I want to put in there. I think I want to do a little stamping, and then I will go over with my new color 2 here on the cardstock that hasn't any paint. And I found this here, and I have a station, and that is a permanent ink. So I will try here and see how it looks on my book before I squeeze it down here on my yeah, it looks like some old walls here. How nice. I really like that. I think that would be enough. So this will just have to dry, and then I will come in with my paint. Oh, let me see here. Perhaps I can do it already. Yeah, I think I will glue this on here while it's drying. So I'm sorry for my arm. And I will go to the edge here and to the edge here. You have a few seconds where you can slide it around, and if there's a little overhang you can always cut it off afterwards, like that. And let me see what color. I don't think there's a gold color like so, but there's what is this here? Burnt. Yeah, there's, perhaps this is a gold. Yeah, let us try and see how that adds another kind of gold. But let us see. And I will take my water brush and see it's not black, because I often use it with my Stabilo. Don't think it is so dilute as easy as the other colors, this gold one here. It's more like a green gold perhaps here. Perhaps we can put some yellow also on here. To see if that works a little better. Yeah, or perhaps this is because I'm running out of water here. So I will go out and put some more water in this brush here and then. But I think this is done for now. And I don't mind it is a little different yellow color here. So I think this will just be my front of my book. And now I will have to stop for today because we are having some friends over for lunch. So I will continue this video tomorrow. Hi, I'm back again after tomorrow's lunch with our friends, and we had a nice walk. The sun was shining, so that was very nice. So I will continue here in this book here. I won't be doing all the pages in the book. I think there will be a part 2. But I will make perhaps 1 or 2 spreads more for this video, and then next week I will do a couple of more spreads, and the rest of the pages I will do by myself, and then I can show them to you and tell you a little about them. But this morning, when I stood up, I was just brushing my teeth, and when I go to bed at night, I put all my old clothes over my chair here I'm sitting on now, and this morning I was sorting them out, and I just sat down and in my nightgown there, and suddenly I have been sitting there for a long time, even had no breakfast or anything, but I just found a little piece that I glued on there, and then I have been sorting out all my images and make some, I think, the way I want them through the book. So yeah, that is what happens sometimes. It's the same that happens sometimes when I think I'm going to bed at night. I go in here and I take my clothes off and put them over my chair here, and then I got seeing something on my table, and then I sit there in my nothing and get occupied again by doing something here when I was supposed to go to bed. Yeah, that's the story of my life. But I think now the front is done. So I will start here. As I said, I had pulled a lot of pages or images out of this old cookbook. And will be about things there was in this cookbook. But I also like to tell stories here when I'm making these simple journals or art journals, or I don't know what to call them. And I have done several of them before. I have one that's full of different doors, and I have made one, my cabinet of curiosity, where I have put all kinds of images in I like, and I could put links below here in this video here, so you can see them if you're interested. But I think it is nice to have a theme, and you know already what the theme is for this book or art journal here. And some of the pages in the book, there was this old painting here, or image here. I can't remember who the painter was. It isn't somebody I know, but I absolutely adore these old Dutch painting where people have they are very black and white, and they have these pipe colors, and there's nothing else happening, and nobody is smiling, so you can see their teeth or anything. But I don't know why this was in the book, but I will presume this I'm making here is that there's these two people's cookbook, or things from their cookbook, or from their lives. So I think I will start with putting them here on the first spread. And this image also was in the book, and it is some pots and pans and barrels or spoons or other things from a kitchen. So I think I would put this on that side there, and then I will have to do something around it. And I think it could be nice with some old book pages with some curly the writing is, I don't know what it's called in English. It's not Gothic writing, but it is the letters are curled. Yeah, and now I put it upside down, so it isn't readable for those who can read this. But I think I will have this down here in that corner, so I think I just will tear this here. And I'll also dig some other stuff or papers or thing. My big scrap box here is standing here beside me, so I have things to choose from. So there. There. So there. I could tear that off there. So if I put that there, and this could be overlapping there, I think that looks nice. And then I can perhaps paint or find some other smaller things I can put in there. And then I have this image here. And there, I can only tell you what I'm doing and perhaps why I'm doing it. But there isn't rules for this. Yeah, there are some different things you can call rules, like the rules of three and other stuff. But for instance, I like, if I have something there, to put something over there. I wouldn't put it there, so the two images are sitting the same way. I think yeah, I don't know if that is a rule or it is just me who thinks that looks nice. I'll cut that off too. Of course, I could also have put it there, but I think I like to see more of this paint. In the real world, this would have been better to cover this up here, because this is perhaps not so nice, but that requires I put this up here and do it like this here, and of course I could do that instead. Perhaps that is better. I think I will do that instead, because then I can cover this with something. But I think I will start gluing these two images, these two papers down here. So I will just start with this one, and now I will take care of the torn edges there, so it is a straight edge there. And I will remove all my papers here, and yes, I am in frame. And then I will find my glue book. It is here. So I will just stick these two images down here, and then I can show it to you. So I have glued these images down, and I found a little thing from the book where the front page of the old cookbook was, and I thought it looked nice there. And these two places I have just been painting with my Caran d'Ache, and they are damp and need to dry a little. And then I had glued this piece down here with all the things from their kitchen, and I think I have this piece of old book page with some paint on, and I think it looks like, yeah, something from perhaps the fireplace or an old wall or something. I like the torn edges there, so I think it looks nice there, because this is quite dark. And yeah, I think it is so strange they are never smiling, because perhaps it's like the Mona Lisa. They have bad teeth, perhaps that is why. Yeah, we will never know, but I think I will glue this piece down here and say that is all it needs there, and perhaps I can do some writing down there. So I will glue this on and find a marker or something and see if I can write something down there. So yeah, I can see I have to be a little more careful with the glue, because the book pages are thicker and they are smooth and glossy, so it needs really much glue, and especially in the corners and the sides of the paper. So yeah, that is something I shall remember here. But I think I will just doodle some writing down here, and when I'm doing that, trying to read something asemic, I have some lines or some lyrics or a song or something going on in my head, and that is what I'm trying to write, but I do it quickly and a little overlapping, and so, because I can't just sit down and don't know what it is I'm trying to write. So so I will just show you how I will do it. Nobody can read it, this. So this was my first spread, and I think we have time for making another one in this video, but I will look at the time and see how much time it already is. So done with this spread, so let us turn the page and see what we can come up with here in this spread. And I have found, sorry for my arm, but I have found these two images here from the book, and I think I like them together somehow. And I know this one is bigger, So I don't know if I would cut it in two and let it overlap and cut the fish out. I think I will fussy cut this out and let it go all the way over. And yeah, perhaps, no, I think I want it at the top there, so then I would have to remove this here, like this, and this one is to be torn. It isn't the easiest thing with this quite stiff paper. There. And if I wanted to go there to there, and the crease is there, I think it is a bad idea to let it be in one piece, because this is such thin paper, so I think it will not go very well if I glue it on like this. So I think I will cut it here in the crease, like that, there, and glue that. So, see here, I can hopefully do it like this. So now I have it in two pieces. I think it is better for the book, the structure of the book there. And then I will fussy cut this little fish out here and see what else I can find of papers. So my fish here is cut out. I don't know what kind it is. Yeah, I think I know the name in Danish, but I don't know the name in English. But they apparently ate a lot of fish at that time, and I'm trying to read some of the recipes in the book, and it isn't something I would like to eat today. But I have found this paper here in the book. They were at the last page, and the first page in the book was this pattern here thing, and I think it's pale blue, and I think it would look nice to the fish, and for that also. And there is this line here, and there's a line down here, so I think I just will tear it all the way down here and put a chunk of it in here. And hopefully like this here. Let me see. Yeah, so there's a crack there, and this fish can go in there, and then I would do something there. So I will glue these three things down and see where I want my fish and what I will do there. So this is how this spread ended up, and I have painted a little over the pink color here. I don't think that matches that much, but I like that. It's like an old wallpaper, I think. So, and there was a snippet I put there. So perhaps we can make another quick one. So I'll just turn my page. And in the book, there also was a picture of this lady, and I really like that picture. And I don't know who she is and what it is about or anything. But perhaps she is a guest of this family's house here, and perhaps she was asked for coming to coffee, because I think I don't know if this image is cakes, but for me it looks like cakes, but perhaps it isn't. It isn't saying so. So I think it would look nice, and I know she's just going to fill a whole page here, and that doesn't matter so much because this is such a flimsy paper. So I think it is nice if I can glue that down there like this, and then do something with this on this side here. So I will glue this down, cut this image out and find out what more I want on this page, and then I will be back. So she is glued down, and I have torn the edges of this coffee, not coffee, but a cake thing here. And I think I want it up there. And then I have found this roll-off sheet. I think it looks color-wise nice to the colors here. And I also think it could fit in here. So the question is if I'm just doing it like this here. And I think I will do that. So I will tear this off so it fits there, and then this can overlap a little, and I don't mind that little thing there. And yeah, I don't know if I will do anything there yet, but I will glue these two also down. So this is glued down, and I don't mind that little thing there. I think it looks nice color-wise, but I think this is perhaps a little too pale. So I will just glue this down here. So done with this spread. I thought this was a little too, yeah, there wasn't much happening there, so I just draw some small plant thing of, yeah, I don't know what it is, but it gives it a little. So I will stop the video here and make a part 2 next weekend, where, not weekend, but next week and next Monday. And then I can do some more spreads there and see what I can come up with. And yeah, I think it is a really nice way of working this here. Taking what there is in this specific book and try to make it your own. And there's this subject, not a subject, but what is it called? It is about the story about this cookbook and these people here. So if you have liked what you have seen and been inspired or enjoyed this video, please give my video a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel. That would be very helpful of you, and I would appreciate it very, very much. So take care and be creative, and see you next Monday. Bye bye for now.